Graduates Forum.
I am Maria Mwiri, and I am truly delighted to moderate the second panel, Alumni Thriving Through and Beyond Saramek. In this session, we'll hear from ESSEC graduates who have been or still part of this Saramek journey, as they share their experiences, insights, and valuable advice. A warm welcome to our distinguished speakers and to all of you in the audience. Welcome to Graduates Forum. Let's begin with our first speaker, Iman Binabou, who unfortunately apologized because she has an emergency and we hope she's doing fine. Our second speaker, and officially the first, Habiba Al-Asmani, who graduated from ESSEC Kentra in 2021. She worked as an English teacher in the private sector in Rabat before joining Saramek this year. Now she's a teacher trainee. Habiba, the mic is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Firstly, I thank Mr. Khadija for this opportunity to share my journey. So today I'm taking you with me on a trip, okay? A trip through the ups and downs, the hopes and challenges, and some lessons too. Let me just go directly. So right after the graduation, I had clear objective, which is applying for Saramek. I started preparing hard work, all day and night, doing nothing at home, nothing, just preparing for Saramek. And I applied in the region of Tangier, the north of Morocco. And then I wasn't accepted. Okay, so it was a bit disappointment for me, and I felt even defeated. So I had to go back home here in Kentra. I stayed for some time thinking what I should do because I was just focusing to apply for Saramek. No other objective, just Saramek. Okay, so I stayed home. My parents were supporting me. They say just have courage to do something else. We're with you, we can support you. And even if you want to go to search for maybe private centers or private schools in other cities, so we can support you. So I was fine from this side. And then I just started applying randomly. I think it was the name of the website, Marocanos. Okay, so you can use this maybe if you need a private, a sector job. So I applied for a learning language center in Rabat. I started working from December 2021. Yes. And then I kept it was my first real experience teaching. I really learned a lot from that experience about the students. It was just you all do the internship, right? Right? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so after that internship, the real experience and the big one was for me in that center. I started working just part-time job, some hours. It was good. I learned a lot about the students, about the teaching, about myself too. And I kept working for a long time. And then that job gave me some free time during the day. I actually have classes at 4 p.m. So from 8 p.m. and to 4 days free. Stay all the day to go just to work for 2 hours or 3 or 4 hours. So I decided I said why not pursuing my studies or applying for a master's degree? And it actually was my dream to apply for a double master here in Rabat. TOEFL, and I passed the written exam. And then I wasn't accepted in the oral exam. I was disappointed again. It was like even harder. Like it was hard experiment for me because like some of the jury were some of my own professors from SF. Yeah. So, I was disappointed. I went back home. No hope. No hope. My own professors and they haven't even helped to get me accepted at master degree. So I kept working at the same center for some years until 2024. And then I decided to discover new working environment like the school system, you know. Like when you start working in a private school, it's not the same as the center. It's not the same hour, it's not like the same system. So for example, in the center, like the maximum of students you can have in your classroom, it's like around 6 students or maximum 10 students. But for school, private school, of course, you can have 28, 30 students. So I accepted that job. Now, private school, primary school in Rabat. And to be honest, I'm not going into too much details. Otherwise, I will stay here for the whole day and I won't finish. So from the early beginning of that experience, I realized that it's not for me. It's not for me. It's not just about teaching. Your role or your job as in a private school, it's not about teaching. As like someone mentioned before, it's like they're running a business. You know, like someone having a restaurant or other businesses. So it's the same thing for private schools. They need you to do multiple tasks, but you are a teacher. When you remember what you have studied in SF, it's nothing to do with what they need, like what you want or what they expect you to do in their business. So it happened to me one time. Some students, you know, they are private primary school. So the students are kids. During the break in, yes. So the students were running, and we are as teachers, we were supposed to supervise the students at that time. They are playing, and you supervise them. Okay, so the director actually, I was sick that day. I still remember. I was super sick. I couldn't even stand up correctly, and she came to me and told me Ustada, you should follow them. So imagine that you're coming to teach inside the classroom and they expect you to do what I was shocked. I stayed still at home and I was reconsidering my life, what I'm doing here. I'm not here to run after kids. If I want to play, there are many places to run. I can go to gym, I can do something else, not running after kids. And then when you run after them, at the time of the break, you should go back and teach them. And other things, I'm not going into so very much. So then at that time, and because of that phrase that she said, that she told me, I went home. I didn't sleep all the night, just thinking and reconsidering my life. I said, Habiba, you should do something about it. No, I can't accept. I'm not here for that. Yes, I'm teaching, but other things things we can accept. Yes, but sometimes we can't accept. So I said let's give a chance to Sarah Beth again. didn't prepare very well like the first time. I stayed up all the night and preparing and memorizing things and. Okay, so I prepared with like different mindsets, calm, relaxed. Sometimes I just taking papers and writing things like things that we have already like studied or learned in the ZIP. So I had just to like go through that again and again. So I kept working because I need money, you know. I need a salary to be in my bank account. So I keep working without telling them that I'm planning to do something else, of course. And like the day of the exam, I passed the written exam, and I wasn't expecting myself to be selected. To be honest with you. So my sister, like the day of the results, it wasn't me who checked the results. It was my sister who was following that. She called me, she was like, "Habiba, what? Did you take يومين دوزي oral exam?" It was the weekend actually. I need to, I'm planning to go back to school. I have classes at 8 a.m. and supervising kids at 10 p.m. and supervise them at 2 p.m. So I stayed like relaxed and I said, okay, let's go correct for the oral exam. And then I prepared something like for the oral exam, it's just like in giving class. There were like three supervisors, yes. And you're supposed to give a class like they're acting like they are students, and you should teach them like a normal lesson. It wasn't like a big deal for me. So I did like I passed the oral exam. It was like I was accepted, alhamdulillah. And now I'm doing my training in Rabat at Saranac. So waiting for the appointment for the ministry to give us the post in an X city we still don't know. And that's it from me. So what I want you to learn from this journey, like sometimes you say like, oh, I know where my path is going. That's not. God says, wait, I have something there for you. You know, something that you weren't like you weren't planning for it to happen at all. So trust yourself and try everything. Okay, don't choose and say I know I want this or I focus exactly on that thing. For example, at the beginning, I just focus on Serena. And Serena doesn't come, so I should do something else. So this is for me, I think.
So after graduating in 2021, Habiba applied for Saranac in Tangier but was not accepted. She then started working at a language center in Rabat, which gave her valuable teaching experience. In 2022, she also tried at TEFL Masters in Kenitra. She has passed the written exam but not the oral. In 2024, she joined a private primary school but quickly realized that it wasn't the right fit. So she decided to reapply for Saranac. She was admitted and she's now a teacher trainee. Over the years, she explored different paths, but she has come to see that teaching is truly where she belongs. What an amazing journey. Our third speaker is Sabah Ganesh. And on this time last year, Sabah and her friends were here between these walls. And their biggest worries were which classes to skip and which ones to go into. Today, as a trainee teacher at Saranac, she's worried that her future students will start skipping her classes. Sabah, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I would like to start by thanking our professors for this opportunity. and for their guidance and support throughout these wonderful years at our BA, and continuous and follow-up support during our applications. So, my name is Salah Danish. I'm a graduate of this institution. I graduated last year. And this year, I'm a training teacher at the Cinema of Rabat. Well, my story started last year, especially during last semester, when I realized that I had to get myself together and plan for my future, decide for something. And among all the options that were there, I needed to look for something that would match and align with my personal goals, my dreams, and the type of lifestyle that I want to live in the future, inshallah. So I needed something that where I would feel comfortable, something that I would do with a little bit of love, and something that I would do every day, something that would give me free time, and of course money. So this choice actually was a master's degree and not the CMF at the beginning. So I started after graduation preparing for the entrance exams. It was a little bit difficult because I was far away from a good student, so I had to prepare from the beginning, which I don't advise you to do. Please start early, please focus on your classes. They are very important and they are in a very good help in the future. So I prepared during the summer for a theoretical and applied linguistics, and I had to start from the beginning, as I told you. The experience was a bit difficult. So when time arrived, I started applying for all master degrees, like linguistics, theoretical linguistics, culture, communication, translation, ESP, anything that comes in my way, and also the cinema. So why is that? It's because you never know. Life has surprises for you, and it's not always you always get what you planned for. So from all the things, so I applied to most master's degrees, if not all of them around Morocco. I only sat for 4 master's exams. I failed the first one, I failed the second one, I was listed in the waiting list for the third one, and finally got accepted in the ESP, English for Specific Purposes, in UCAS. And so it was it. I loved being there, I liked the experience, so I was going for it actually. I packed my things, I got myself ready mentally, financially, ready to start this new journey. The day before I went for UCAS, I sat for a written exam here in Kinitra for the CRMF entrance exam, and just casually, just for fun. And then I left, I started studying. We had assignments, readings, presentations, and everything that you can imagine during that month. To be surprised that I got accepted in the written exam, then I got accepted in the oral exam. I had to skip classes in class and then commute to Rabat to pass the oral exam, and then come back to the class again with just the little preparation I had during summer and the little confidence you get from delivering presentations in your MA. Well, the surprise was for me that I got accepted in the oral exam, and I was faced with 2 impossible choices. Should I continue what I started in the class, continue my academic career, or just quit and start over in the CRMF? And it was really an impossible decision. So throughout all this process, we contacted Professor Amina for support and for guidance, and she collaborated and with the other professors. She gave us really, really good help and good support. Thank you so much. Thank you. And being the indecisive person I am, I was still confused and I did not know which one to go for. So the only option, or the only trusted option I had is Salat al-Istikhara, which was the key to all the exams that I passed before and after. And alhamdulillah, I felt comfortable doing the CRMF, I packed my things, and I left it for Rabat. So CRMF stands for the Centre Régional de l'Éducation et de Formation. It's a center that gives training to administrative staff and also to teachers, middle school, high school teachers, and primary school teachers. It's 1 year duration. You have 2 semesters. It starts around the beginning or the middle of September till the end or the beginning of July. The entrance exam is we have the first part is the written exam and the second part is the oral exam. Then when you get accepted, you start the training. It's either national or regional. This year it was national. So according to the entitlements, it's SIFA, you get the center that you will study in or where you will pursue your training. So during those 2 semesters, you have everything that you have here actually. Presentations, CPs, you will have to sit for midterm exams, final exams, and at the end of this training, you will have like a final exam. You are also obliged to make an action research and reports for your practicum, which is something like your internship that you have in high schools right now. And also a portfolio, your lesson plan, activities, code of conduct, anything that you prepared for the future or for becoming a teacher. So, in SFMF, we have many modules. The name might change from one city to another. We have 6 hours a day, every day, 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. The modules are mainly language awareness, classroom management, lesson planning, assessments, analysis of teachers' practices, and ICT, the modules in Arabic, also التشريع and الحياة المدرسية, and many other modules. By the end of this year, you will sit for a final exam. Final exam. It could be national or regional. It's not decided yet this year. So when you sit for this exam, again, when you succeed, and most teachers do, don't worry, you will be listed again according to entitlement, istikhab, or to your according to your marital status if you want to follow your spouse's city, or in some cases, medical cases where you present a medical file if you are responsible for parents or responsible for yourself. You can receive treatment in any other city than the one you are in. When you succeed, finally, you will be given a city. And then around the end of August, you will be given the name of your high school. So then you will start and you will sign Mahdat al-Ittihad as an unofficial teacher. Then you will start teaching throughout the year, waiting for the inspector to come for Imtihan al-Kifa'a al-Mihniya. Then the inspector will decide whether you will stay as an unofficial teacher for the next following year or you will become an official teacher. So, some things that you should know about SFF, among those things are some things that we really don't like. Presence is mandatory and absence is penalized. The wearing of the white coat is obligatory. If you are late more than 10 minutes, they close the door on you, like in high school. Also, you're not allowed to work. You're not allowed to pursue other studies. It is not okay for them. And because of that, they give you like 1,400 dirhams as a kind of scholarship each month. Also, what I like about Senegal is the trainer and the trainers. Some of them really consider us and take us into consideration. We really learn from them. But some other modules, they are only repetitive for us, ENF graduates and ENS graduates, like didactics, lesson planning, language awareness, and so on and so forth. So, when the inspector visits you, you succeed, you become an official high school English teacher. Congratulations, you are there, you made it. And this was all for my journey. May Allah help you or yours. Thank you.
Choosing to become a high school or middle school teacher is not always the easiest, nor the last resort. This path might decide the rest of one's life. So one must make sure that this path aligns with one's personal goals. One takes as much advice as they can. One does not give in to any type of negative pressure. And most importantly, to rely on Allah. Because there is no greater comfort than letting Allah choose for you. Thank you, Sabah, for your touching words. Our next speaker is Alauddin Alali, who graduated from LF in 2022. And he immediately joined Saranaf and is currently completing his training. I'm sorry. So he graduated from LF in 2022. And he immediately joined Saranaf and is currently completing his training there. Ala, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. If I were told 4 years ago that I would be standing here one day, I wouldn't have believed it. Or perhaps I couldn't have believed it because speaking in front of an audience was an absolute nightmare to me. So what changed? Or what is the difference between the person standing in front of you today here and the person I was before I attended the High School of Education and Training? These are all questions that I will be answering while I'm talking about my humble experience at ESF. However, you may be wondering, why would I want to listen to someone's experience? I mean, what is so special about it? And I'm here to tell you that it's not really about how special an experience is, but rather what you gain and learn from the experience itself. And so I'm not going to be talking about how sentimental, wonderful, or special my experience at ESF was, but rather express and share with you my honest failures and mistakes. Mistakes that you will be able to avoid in the future, and certain tips and facts that you may make use of, especially since you still have one of the most important resources ever, which are time and guidance of our dear professors. So going back to how it all started, I thought at first that things would be easy. I mean, I attend my classes, I pass my exams, I get my degree, and I leave in peace and quiet. However, after the first week here at ESF, I found myself thinking about how I'm going to live in peace and quiet just without the degree. Because, by the way, the very first week I'm already thinking about dropping off. Because what I witnessed during that first week was too much for me. I mean, during the first class, we were assigned presentations. And I know, it's a very, very silly reason to quit for, but as I have mentioned, for me, that was a nightmare. And just when I thought that things can't get any worse, the second class came, and along with it came the second presentation, best week of my life. Now, what I failed to realize back then was the fact that that was the best environment for someone like me to grow and learn. So I barely made it, presentation after another, until it became easier with time. Thanks, of course, to all the positive feedbacks and areas of improvements which I got from my professors and my dear classmates. And so going back to that very first question, so what changed? In simple words, my communication skills. My confidence in facing the audience and getting used to the stage. And again, it was all thanks to the efforts and sacrifices of our professors. Now, unfortunately, even though I started enjoying the process of learning and attending classes here at ESF, I never really cared about grades, my grades. Because in my head, working for the public sector or gathering degrees was never really my thing. I mean, I have always believed that I'm going to end up with my own projects, controlling my own time and making money on my own terms. And then it was only after I've always imagined that I'm going to have my own projects to make money on my own terms. So getting good grades was never really a problem because I did not care. Not until it was too late. Not until the idea of going abroad came along. And exactly in semester 5. And then I found myself in a situation where I lacked the numbers, where I lacked good grades. And it was at that moment when I realized that I made a fatal mistake. So what am I left with? What am I going to do next? I mean, I kept asking these questions over and over and over again. And for the first time in my life, yes, for the first time in my life, I started actually preparing well for my exams. And eventually, fortunately, I got the grades I was hoping for. So, what are you still doing here? You may be wondering. Well, as I have mentioned, that was already way too late. So, I made up my plans. I made up first my mind, and I decided to take a year off to focus on the ongoing work I have, to the personal projects I have going. And so, of course, if I take a year off, I would have plenty of free time. And so why not set for the Senate exam? I mean, with no preparation, just for the sake of the experience. And to my surprise, I passed the written exam. And I was left with the final oral exam where you are given, where you choose a lesson randomly, and you get 60 minutes to prepare a well-fledged lesson plan. And then you get a chance to deliver your lesson in front of the jury to your imaginary students. So, at that moment, at first I thought that I left it with nothing, but I was wrong. Because that was one of the easiest oral exams I have ever had. Thanks to all the presentations and teaching practices that I have delivered under the guidance of our professors and their assistants. And it was then when I realized that the speaking skills or the communication skills that we learn or acquire here at EDIF are not only limited to the classroom or our grades, but they also add to your personality and personal life, and of course, obviously, your career too. So, of course, all this again was possible thanks to the efforts and guidance and assistance of our professors. So, what is the difference again between the person I was before I attended EDIF and the person I am now? Is all of this. It's all the experience I got in facing the audience and speaking in front of an audience. So eventually I passed the oral exam too, and I had to replan or adjust the new changes to my original plans. And so once the training started at Senate, I thought again that things would be easy. Ironically. I mean, I attend my classes, I pass my exams, I get my degree, or I graduate and I leave peace and quiet. Only this time, that's exactly what happened. I felt like that was, you can consider it as a fourth year here at EDIF. Like most modules are very similar to what we have studied here, and even like we go on what we call the practicum, which is similar again to the internships that we get here at EDIF. So, as I mentioned, you can consider it as a fourth year here at EDIF, which is a little bit disappointing because when you go to a new place, you expect more challenges, which I couldn't find here. So I would like to thank our dear professors for all the time and efforts that they have invested in us, and all the sacrifices that they have made to make all this possible. And thank you, Professor Hadid, for organizing such a wonderful event where we get to learn from each other's experiences and share our own. And thank you so much for listening.
Ala graduated from EDIF in 2024 and immediately enrolled in the 7F program in Rabat to continue developing his skills. He's currently in the final stages of his training, where he has been gaining both theoretical knowledge and hands-on classroom experiences. This journey has deepened his understanding of education and strengthened his communication skills even more. He looks forward to officially stepping into the profession and contributing meaningfully to the learning environment. Best of luck in your journey. And last but not least, Leila Zahir. who is an Edinburgh graduate, former flight attendant, an airport operator, and a high school teacher. The floor is yours.
Hello everyone. My name is Leila Dahir, and right now I'm a teacher trainee, a high school English teacher. I used to be an airport operator and a flight attendant, but we'll keep that last. I graduated from Lizen in 2022, and when I was graduating, I was like, this is it. This is it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And adulthood flashed me in the face. My first job was at an American English Center in Rabat. Hated it. I was 21 at the time, and it was my first job ever. And I was treated badly by the boss because, come on, your first job, especially if you're young, the bosses will take advantage of you. So you will be doing different jobs. You will be scolded. You will be this and this and that. I survived for 6 months. I don't know how I did that. I survived for 6 months. And like Habiba, one day I came home and I was like, I'm not risking my mental health for this. It's not even that much money. So I left, and some of my students left with me because some of them were adults. In that school, in that English center, I used to teach kids, teenagers, adults, online, offline, groups, or one-on-one. So when I met some of my adult clients actually left with me, and I started teaching online, which I liked because it was neat. So the revenue is 100%. You make 100% of what you're investing to that job. After that, my auntie works for Royal Air Morocco, and she put the aviation industry in my head. She was like, a good job, like work for 5 years, make some money, see the world, but I'm short. So let's start with Emirates. I got through the interviews with Emirates, and then they measured me and they were like, bye-bye. Because they were on a meter 16 and a meter 58. Same thing happened with Royal Air Morocco, which I took 2 times. And then I heard from a friend that Ryanair accepts students or flight attendants at 157. So I went to Ryanair. I was shocked because you have to pay for the training, but I was told that I would be based in England, so I was like, okay. So, started the training. Terrible. It was a lot of work, but I already had my dose of adulthood, so it wasn't much, and I didn't really care because I had a goal in front of me. I passed the training, I needed some papers, came back to visit, and my professors were very helpful, the administration was very helpful, so thank you. And I started working. The first job, I had an issue with my visa, so I started working as an airport operator by the time my visa was like done. An airport operator is someone who represents the company at an airport. I was working in Marrakech Nara, and the airport job wasn't so bad. Working with Moroccans was the bad part. I'm going to be honest here. I worked with a lot of nationalities, hated the Moroccans. We still think, I would say we still think that if we kiss their ears much, or if we tell on each other, or we will make it, which maybe we'll make it, but doesn't mean you're a good person. So that was the airport operator, and then my visa was done, so I packed my life into 2 suitcases, took my flight to England. I landed in London, and I had to take another plane to Luton. Unfortunately, I didn't meet Aya, so it's very long. England was nice. I loved it. The experience was amazing. Everything was new to me. I was like, oh my, whenever I'm out, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And it was fun until you started facing the racism because British people are racist. But it was good. I stayed for a while. I kept working as a flight attendant, and then something happened on board. I was on a flight from Dublin, Ireland to Milan, Italy, and a client or a passenger assaulted me sexually. He touched me, and I complained to the supervisor. You know what they all the time. I made a big scene, because I'm Moroccan. I made a big scene. I asked them, I demanded that they pull the cops, and they said no. So I came back to Newton, went back to England. I set up home again, the other job again, and I was like, what am I going to do? Contacted the headquarters, they said the same thing, we're not doing anything. So I packed my dream of living in England and 2 suitcases again, and I came back to Morocco and I quitted that job. Because for me, again, my mental health means a lot to me than some shit or just to live abroad. Came back to Morocco, had a depression because come on, like you're in Morocco, you're in a third world country, you're going to a first world country, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna do this. And everything crashed within 2 months. Broke my heart, came back home, fell into depression, cried my eyes to sleep every night. But then, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit there? No. I stood up and found a job again. Now I worked at a kindergarten, hated it, because kids, and I had TPS, toute petite section. She was like 2 years old. I had to change diapers, so I quit again. I quit again. I went back home and I prepared for the exams for CERN. And I got accepted, which was a surprise because I did nothing with that written exam. And I went to the oral exam knowing nothing. I forgot what I had learned here. I didn't revise anything. I made it, I don't know how. But ceramics is a good experience. I chose high school because I love to work with teenagers. And it's fun so far. It's not the greatest place because ceramics is a little bit toxic. I'm gonna say the truth, even though my fellow colleagues didn't. Ceramics is a bit toxic. Even though like we came to Lezer and we were 19, 18 years old, and we weren't acting as immature and as petty and as some are doing in ceramics. So a heads up, keep to yourself when you apply and go get your training and go home. So the picture over there is my favorite picture of this year. It's me with my second baccalaureate students, literature, and the ones next to me actually are applying for LESEF this year. The girl next to me, that's Shima, she wants to become an English teacher. And the boy on the right, that's Abdurrahman, who wants to be a sports teacher, and they're applying for LESEF. Hopefully they get it, so I'll be like, oh my god, no inspiration. But good luck. LESEF may look tiring, but it's not tiring, trust me. I wish I would give up anything to go back and be a student again, not have to worry about the host teacher needs to like me, or the professor needs to like me, or the students need to like me, and I need to so I can make it, so I can make money. It's too much. But adulthood is good. You will get your independence, financial mostly, but you will get your independence. You get to know yourself, to get to know who you are completely. And I wish you the best of luck. And the advice I'm going to give you is you're going to meet a lot of people, especially in your adult life, and most of them will not like you. And you should not worry about that. What you should worry about is when you look in the mirror, you should like what you see. And whatever they say about you, or whatever someone treats you somehow, or someone talks about you, or whatever, I don't want that to get into your head, because your opinion is the only one that matters. And I wish you the best of luck, and live your life, because you're in your 20s. Good luck. Thank you so much.
Leila graduated from NF in 2022 and immediately started working as an English teacher in an American English center. After that, she started working as an airport private operator for Ryanair, and then as a flight attendant for the same company. At the beginning of this school year, she started working in the kindergarten. Did not like it, so she took the exam for the first time and got into Sananef, which she's at right now. Such a powerful and inspiring story given by Leila. Thank you so much. Thank you to our wonderful panelists for sharing such inspiring stories and thoughtful reflections. Thank you for speaking up. And thank you, dear audience, for your attention. As we wrap up this panel, I'd like to open the floor for your questions. Please make sure they are brief, straight to the point, no context, no thank you statements, because we're short on time. And if you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand so I can write your name in the list.
My question is for Sabah. Knowing that you have started the preparation for the teaching exam just after the graduation, can you tell us how you organize your study time between the three components, English, dialectics, and education side? Especially educational side, because it's driving us crazy actually.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you, every one of you, dear panel members. Thank you for your insights. I like the diversity of your experiences. My question actually is for Sahir, right? Miss Sahir, it's you. Thank you. Okay, thank you for your insight. First of all, good for you. I know that it's tough to give up something. I don't know if it was your dream or not, but it's something beautiful. So it's a wonderful experience to be in England. However, good for you. You did the right thing. I would have done the same. Not escape, but remove myself from something that threatens our mental health is always right. However, don't you feel, my question is, don't you feel like choosing Selamet, of course this is not against Selamet, but don't you think that this choice that you ended up with is kind of keeping yourself limited, or not? This is it, thank you.
Hello again. So first, thank you for sharing with us your past. My question is, could you please share with us some tips to focus on while preparing for the exam, the written and the oral? And thank you.
My question is for Leila. So one of the students asked me before how to manage between studies and financial responsibility towards your family, and I believe you're the exact right person to ask this. Can you please answer me?
So first of all, I want to say thank you, Sabah, for sharing your own experiences. So my question is about FLMF. Could you tell us about the format of both exams, like the oral and the written ones? Like what questions are included and what exactly are they about? Like I need more details about it.
My question to Habiba, right? Can you give us an advice on how to deal with that shock of the first time rejection? Because for us, like the seniors, we have like high expectations to get accepted into Salamis or master's degree. So it must be a shock and a disappointment, and we can even get into depression when we get rejected for the first time. So can you please tell us how to deal with that? Thank you.
Hello, thank you for sharing your experiences. My question is, does studying in Selamet add any value to your knowledge or experience as a teacher? Or because many women you mentioned, Rashad and Salah mentioned, we had them already here in Egypt. Or do you recommend doing another training if you want to become a better teacher? Thank you.
We'll go ahead with answering the question first, then we'll open the floor to other questions. So the first question was from Manan. Who did she ask? Yes.
Mana asked me if we can quit a government job. Of course you can, but to be honest, I'm not the best person to give you information about this because we just started التشريع وباقي ما وصلناش داك الشيء. يلاه كيقول لنا على اجازات ديال الولاده والطلاق وداك الشيء اللي كيقول لنا دابا ما كنبغيش هذا الشيء. But I get, of course, إلا كتسير ما تقدرش ترجعي سي سيغ وواقيلا كتخلصي شي غرامه because
If you want, you're not paying anything for that. You stop working. Whenever, but I think of course there is a punishment, like
resources while preparing for the SENA entrance exam. So the 3 entrance exams, we have 2 exams, written exam and an oral exam. During the written exam, you sit for didactics, educational sciences, and the subject matter. For the subject matter, you have to prepare anything that is related to grammar, functions, and language awareness or language aspects. For the educational sciences, you have to pay attention with the professors here because they gave us like really great resources to follow. And my advice is not to like revise and to try to go with, through everything by heart because it's really difficult. Try what I did is I tried to divide them by sections or domains. The scholars and the methodologies that are related to a certain field and others are related to a certain field, for example. And I did not pay much attention to dates and names. And during the exam, you will be given names. For example, who's the one who gave this school of thoughts? And you have to choose, like MCQ, you have to choose an option. And I did not really focus on that. And also you have didactics. It's also everything that you study here, everything from your management, classroom management, time management class, lesson planning, work management also. And for preparation, just start as early as you can. And if you still have the chance, you are S4 student, S2 students, please start early, focus with your professors, don't make our mistake, don't be lazy, because you will need everything in the future. Doing SENA, doing something else, you will need everything that you have here. And that's it.
The third question was from Marwa to Mulay.
Marwa asked me if I feel as like that I'm influencing. Actually, I'm going to start from the very beginning. When I was a high school student, I was the worst troublemaker in the entire school. The entire administration knew me by name. I would كان كيكون عليا تقرير جوج ثلاثة أيام. So I was that person. And looking back at it, I don't think I could have made it without the help of the director of the Mutata High School. He died actually in 2019. And without his help, I wouldn't have made it. And I want to be that person to students. That's why I chose like education. There's no money education. Like if you're gonna work as a teacher, you're not gonna buy a course, you're not gonna buy a villa, you're not. It's an industry we enter because we love and because we can change something. I talked to one of my friends recently, and he was like, "Primary school is better if you want to make change or whatever." And I was like, "No, actually, the period." Teenage period is really crucial for students, and I'm already like at the practicum, I feel like I'm already doing it. I've been helping my students with English outside the school. I've been calling different schools, different graduates from different schools to see how can I get them to those schools, and I'm not gonna get anything out of that. It's out of me, but I'm so happy, and I feel like I found myself in it. So it doesn't limit me actually, maybe it limits me financially, but I feel like that's what I was born to do, and I feel like I'm in the right place, and hopefully you do too, because being a teacher is a job you should do out of your heart, because if you don't, you're not going to be any benefit to yourself or to your students. Thank you.
Thank you. Wissal asked the question. She is the fourth. Who did she ask the question? Yes. Wissal, did you ask for the tips, right? Yes.
You want some tips for preparing for the exam. I told you, please start early as you can. Work on previous exams because most of the questions get repeated. Get yourself updated on news from the ministry and the educational field, and also ICT and AI and what's going on and the educational system. Also, do not push yourself so hard because it's destiny. It's not. Do your best, and if it's the right choice, you will find it. For the oral exam, if you can all start like teaching, either internships or lucrative jobs. Anyway, just the experience gives you the motivation and gives you the confidence when you start when you deliver an oral exam. Also, with some planning, you should learn how to manage your time. The very short time they will give you to present a lesson. You can expect any lesson. For me, they gave us like short pieces of paper with lesson types and lesson topics. We would go for the library, give us the textbook. We prepare the lesson for like 1 hour. Then we go back for 1 hour for discussion and presenting the lesson. The jury plays a role of students, troublemaker, light tubers. They try to disturb you, to put you under pressure. Don't just be yourself, and trust your level and trust whatever you learn and whatever you prepare. And inshallah, yeah. Thank you.
The fifth question, I think, you asked me, how do I balance like studies with my family duties? That's your question? Money? I only have my mom, so it's easy for me. I only have my mom, it's only me and her. And one person is really perfect. So actually the problem was with the time, because when I left for England, I'm the only child my mom has, and my dad is dead, so she's all alone at home. And I was in another country, and it was really hard on her. For me, to be honest, I expected like when I'm at the airport I'll be crying, but I didn't. I actually like didn't care because I always see the bigger picture, and I was like, I'm gonna change my mom's life, I'm gonna change my life if I go there. But my mom took it really harshly, and I felt so bad. One of the reasons I came back, داكشي ما حبتش in a sense صغير نسمعها جديدة ولكن اللي باش نقدوها سورتو في انجلترا تقدر تاخذ حتى 10 سنين دونك ما نخليش انا ماما هنا كي عطا الله ما يقدر انا ما قريتش باش نبقى حارقه بابا داكشي علاش رجعت بوغ فلوس. In my opinion, you should make as much as like the mouths you have to feed. If you have 4 mouths, you need to find yourself a second job or whatever job that will pay you enough to feed the 4 mouths. And that's it.
Thank you. Now we'll receive the sixth question from Shadia. She asked me the question. Shadia. Who's Shadia? Please raise your hand. So I think you asked the question to Salman.
Was your question about exam formats? It's multiple choice questions, MCQs. Usually the written exam you sit like during the weekend because there are some people who are working and they come to pass the exam. It takes the whole day from the morning, from 8 in the morning until the evening. You have first 4 hours. I remember correctly, it's for didactics. Then for the subjects matter 2 hours and 2 hours for educational sciences. Educational sciences you pass it in Arabic or in French. For this year it was surprise fifth option, which was E, not the above, which this year it was the first time. So you should go by whatever you know, whatever knowledge you have while answering, and sometimes just rely on logic. Some answers don't seem logical at all. Also, you will get a break between the morning part and the evening parts. For the oral exam, it's 1 day. You sit for a questionnaire, an online questionnaire about situations in the classroom. You as a teacher, your mentality, your philosophy, teaching. They ask you about your relationship with administration and with your colleagues, with your students. They put you in a situation to see how you think actually. And then you sit for the oral exam. They give you 1 hour to prepare a lesson randomly, any kind of lesson. They might give you the textbook, they might not give you the textbook. Then you have to prepare a lesson plan, present it to the jury, and then present your lesson. And they will try to disturb you a little bit, to challenge you, to put you under pressure. The negative comments I received was the board layout. I have terrible handwriting, and I forgot to write the title, the units, dates, and everything. So you should keep the board layout in mind. Some contests actually bring flashcards, they bring visuals, they prepare this beforehand. If you can do so, really. So
I found too many things, but I didn't use it because I had to teach punctuation and capital, I still remember, so we're not going to use those posters and flashcards.
Yes. So address you give your back to students, the way you interact, the way you answer. Maybe that's it.
Seven question by Dua to Habiba.
So, Duet's questions is about like dealing with the first time rejection, right? For me, it's like it was hard at the first time, but you know, like when I was presented right there, I was laughing. It's like it was like I'm laughing. Like I remember the first time when I got sad. It's like doesn't need to be sad for that. Like you know, since we're still alive, we have like there are many things to do. So my advice is like the first time you get that rejection, it's like it's about yourself, it's you, and about somehow the people around you. Maybe your parents, maybe your siblings, you know. So for maybe colleagues, yes. So like for me, my parents were super supportive to me, and like they told me that they can provide anything. Like I just need to say what do I want, you know. So that was for the first rejection of Selamet. But the second one was about like the masters. I was already working that time, so I don't need it was a disappointment at the beginning, but it's not a big deal. Like I already have. So try not to have like too much free time, you know, and like overthinking things negatively. Try to be away from the negativity and toxic people, you know, like people who are always complaining about things. You know those kind of people. So try to avoid like meeting them, especially at the first time rejection. And maybe you can do anything, like just work part time in the beginning. Just don't stay at home. Don't stay at home. So this is my advice for you. Thank you.
And the final question from Hajar. Can you please remind us of your question? The panelists did not remember it. Please send it. Does your training at Selamet add any value or not?
Do you need additional
Do you need additional training?
I don't think so. Like, the only training you need is experience. Like, whatever is like on theories, the methods that they fed us here or etc., you're not going to use them. Because let's be clear, the public sector, the level is terrible. Terrible. I had a second baccalaureate student, I looked at him and I was like, read. And he looks at me and was like, Ustad Shriya. That's just a preview. They're terrible. Like, level-wise, but as long as, look, your best friend is classroom management. If you manage the class, you'll get to do whatever you want. Whatever you can teach them, they will learn, they will, I don't know, master English in 1 year. Two startup, ولكن classroom management is really important. It's your best friend. For Selamet, I don't think it added much because we came from Nazaf. But for our fellow teachers that came from like La Faculté or La Faculté de la Trouve or whatever, or linguistics, it adds value. For us, not much. We have the chief of department of English in Selamet, Professor Slimani. I don't know if you will encounter him if you go to Selamet. If you don't, unfortunately, I'm sad for you. He adds the experience, he adds the love. Even if you don't love the profession, just talk to Mr. Slimani. You'll be like, this is it, this is the dream, this is it. That's it, yeah.
So I can summarize Selamet training in like you know the 3 years of SF year. It's like you study the whole 3 years during 1 year. It's not even 1 year. It's like a 7 month like this. And you should have internship like we did in SF. It's the same thing. Nothing added. Like just like if I still remember
So my name is Shima Ahmed. I'm an S6 student. My question is for all of our esteemed guests. Okay, so Shima.
مصعب.
So my question is for all of our esteemed guests. After successfully making it in Salameth, do teachers with both a bachelor's degree in education and a master's degree get paid same salary and same echelon or echelon? Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is my second question. So for you Sabah, you mentioned that we can't continue our study, for example applying for a master program, while being a trainer teacher. Yes, so I was wondering about like, for example, I'm aiming to continue my study master program, but also I want to be a training teacher, I like to be a teacher. But I want some suggestions or some advice, pieces of advice from you, whether to continue studying as a master program or be a teacher, or like, what is like is it possible to study after or during your 1 year training? So this is my question basically.
My question is for Alaaddin, I guess. The main speaker. Your name is Alaaddin. Yes. So me and my mom noticed that you have a nice voice, and she's wondering why didn't you apply for journalism or to work as a reporter?
above, my question is, could you please tell us about the cons and pros of this option? Because I think at the end of the 3 years, sometimes you feel that you need to rest. You're burnt out from 3 years, from the exams, from presentations, and all the things that you've been doing throughout the 3 years. My question is this a good thing to do? Especially because if you're burnt out and you try to pass that exam, you might fail, and it's going to be a huge disappointment to you and to your family. So, do you think that it's a good thing to do, or we have to try hard and try to pass that exam, even though we're so tired and we just need to rest?
Hello everyone. I also have a question for Anna concerning the salary. I heard that in our first year in teaching after Saramath,
We don't give the money the first month.
and I really don't know how much time it takes to get that money and how it works. Okay? Thank you.
The first question from China will be answered first by Samaya.
So your question was about whether MA holders get paid the same thing. So there is something called activities, and which you apply with your degree, and you get promoted by that for all subjects except English. And for the promotion, there is 3 types and subtypes of promotion. There is slow, moderate, and fast. Promoted slowly as according to your inspector, and the mark they will give you. So the mark is given on the use by city, your classroom management, the materials you use, how much control you have in class, and also extracurricular activities. Based on that mark, you will be promoted, like in the as you said, you get promoted like daraja. From 1 year or 2 years, you get daraja, and it's approximately 200 dirhams added to you. And yes, that's it. Yes, one last question. So, the choice of pursuing your academic career or professional career is really up to you. So, I will tell you my story and my friend's stories. So, you can do them both at the same year because attendance is mandatory in Saramath. If you reach a number of hours, you will be suspended or kicked out. Or you will be penalized by the administration for your marks, your grades, and also for your scholarship and your class teachers leave. If you want to go for masters, do masters first because during the second year you just study attendance is obligatory during the first semester, and while the second semester you're just doing research. My friends are doing that actually, but it's a little bit difficult. So you should manage yourself, you should manage your time, work on your research and actually research in Saramath and on your exams. Which is it's really up to you to do that. It's what you want in the future. If ever you want to study at first, you can also apply for master's degree for working people, where you pay for that master's and you study during weekends or in the evenings. And for that, you need permission from your high school director to go for that. And also for working, you cannot actually, as a high school teacher, you're not permitted and allowed to work in a private school or to hustle or in language centers. If you get caught, you'll be penalized. The administration approves 8 hours if you want to help yourself in a private school or give lessons. But more than that, no, you cannot actually do that. And for the rest, it's up to you and the pace and how you want to go with it.
The last 3 questions were for Anna.
Well, first, thank you for complimenting my voice, and I guess I can't go for journalism because it's not really my thing. And even though like teaching was not really my thing at first too, but like only after I got the chance to teach that I actually started to like it. So maybe I could have gone for journalism if I had a chance, but for now teaching is what I want and what I actually like. And it wasn't like this from the very beginning, but like as they say, teaching is not financially rewarding, but when it comes to how you feel after you make an impact on your students, that feels good. And so yeah, I cannot go for journalism. And for my yes, the next question. Yes, for the year off. Actually, I did not go I did not take a year off. I was planning to like send out to take a year off because I had my own plans. Like even if everything didn't work out at all, I already had my personal projects which I was working on, and so I was thinking, since my plans of going abroad failed, I was thinking that maybe I could use that 3 year to focus on my projects. So you mentioned also, you asked if I would advise someone to take a year off. I don't think so, because 1 year is a plus in your life, and you could always use more time for yourself, etc. So the sooner you graduate or the sooner you get into working, the better. And for the last question, which was about the salary, yes. Once you graduate and they give you the place where you will be, the city where you will be working, etc. You do not get paid for 6 months. Yes, you do not get paid for 6 months, consecutive 6 months. So all you have to do is like think of borrowing some money from your parents, family, or friends, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with no payment. And you asked about the salary too, huh? You did not say the salary. Okay. Yes. So yes, the salary too. As far as I know, it's 7,000 dirhams. Yes. I think that's it.
Thank you for your questions, and this concludes our panel. See you after the break at 2 p.m.